Good morning, good morning. Hello everybody. How are you doing this morning? Please let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Hi Tracy, good morning. I really hope that you can hear me. Please let me know if you can. Putting on some background music. Hey Florgie, good to see you. Yay, I'm glad to see you here again as well. It has been a long time. I hope that all things are well on your side of the world. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Working with a new setup. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Good morning. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. I nearly missed the window. I didn't click the live properly. Hi Carol, welcome. Welcome your first time here, first time. Let me know if you are a first time doodler as well, or just a first time friend in this doodle community. Hi Evelina, hi Florgie, good to see you. Hi Tracy. Yay. Okay, good. You can hear me and see me. Okay, that is good. So we are live streaming here on Insight Timer and 2 other platforms simultaneously, I believe, if the tech is working correctly, which hopefully means if it is working correctly that there will be a replay. So if for any reason you need to drop out of the live early and you want to continue the doodling session, you should be able to do it. I'm not guaranteeing anything because tech doesn't always work the way it should. I nearly did miss the window of going live now, so I'm glad that I didn't. Lots of moving parts means the brain is scattered. Let me know if you can relate to that. Maybe your week has felt a little bit scattered, and if that is the case, then this is the time and space where we bring it all back. All those scattered pieces of our attention, of our focus, we bring it all gently back and we ground into this singular moment, this present moment. We do that with the use of doodling. There is zero expectation, zero judgment. It's not about the aesthetic of the doodle, it is about the practice of the doodle. So for the purposes of bringing our scattered energy back into our presence, so that we can just ground ourselves and ground into the calmness that is the present moment. So you don't need to be an artist, you don't need to identify as artistic in any way. You simply need to be willing to pick up a pen and a pencil, or a pencil, a page or a journal or a digital tablet, whatever it is, whatever implements you want to use to doodle with, and be willing to just play. This is playful meditation. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you have joined us. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate your comment. Got to make a little bit of effort. Literally 5 minutes ago, put it in a plat. Lorna, hey. I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you so much for joining. And I do hope that this session serves you in whatever way is pertinent for you today. Yana, good to see you. Good morning. Yes, friends of creativity. We certainly are growing a nice group of doodle friends here, and you know, it speaks to me about the contagious nature of creativity and all the good vibes that come with that. So as I said, you don't need to identify as an artist or as creative, but simply showing up and doing the practice, that is what makes you an active participant. And anybody is welcome to come and join us. So, hey Jennifer, good morning. Jen from New Jersey. Yay, this is your first time. Well, so welcome. Thank you so much for joining. How is it up in New Jersey? We are almost neighbors. Hey Jenny, down in Cape Town. Fantastic, how are you, Jenny? Yeah, so if you seem to have a few new people, so I'll just do an introduction quickly. So my name is Abigail, and I'm currently based in the DC area. I'm on the Virginia side, Arlington. And yeah, and I've been doing these doodling sessions on Insight Timer for about a year, I think, or coming close to a year. And I have to say that it started as a personal practice for a way to kind of ground myself and just find that centering. And I have been meditating for years, and I still do that. So this is not a substitute for meditation. It is simply a different flavor of meditation. So if you are up for that, then you are in the right place. And the intention here is, as I mentioned, it's not about the aesthetic of the artwork in any way. If it happens to turn out in a way that pleases you, then that's just a bonus. But it is about the practice and noticing. It's such a mindfulness practice because we get to notice our response or our reaction to the process, to the present moment, to the chat, the what comes up in conversation as we are doodling. There will be quiet times in the doodling session, and there will be chatty times in the doodling session. You can participate in whatever way feels right for you today. There is no prescription in any way. It is your session to make, to do with what you want. You have to listen to your body, just like in yoga, that you have an instructor to guide you and demonstrate. That's what I'm here today. You're going to see my artwork, but your artwork doesn't need to look like my artwork. I'm simply here as demonstration purpose, as inspiration, as guidance, not to prescribe. So you do your own thing. If you don't feel like following my instructions, go ahead and go off on a tangent. That's your tangent to explore. You have freedom, complete freedom in this doodle practice, and your intuition is part of this doodle practice. So follow it if it calls to you. So yes, Jennifer, it's cold now. Yes, the temperature has definitely dropped, hasn't it? I do have the window open, so please do let me know if the noise, the outside world noise, is just too much, because the war on leaves is real. Autumn hasn't even properly arrived, but the leaf blowers have. I don't know what they're blowing, but they are here. So please let me know if the noise gets too much, and I will close the window. But I am loving the fresh autumn air coming in here, and it's nice not to have the AC on. So yes, it is getting cold. Tracy, it was 32 degrees Celsius yesterday. So Tracy's in Sydney, my gosh. So your spring is ramping up in a big way. Jenny, I'd be interested to know what Cape Town is like. Kim from Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains. Welcome. I really want to come and visit Asheville, North Carolina. I hear it is beautiful. And have the colors turned there yet? I'm interested to know. Yes, the war on leaves. Evelina, I'm not always pleased with my artwork, but I am on my 3rd sketchbook. That is amazing. Oh, well done you for sticking with the process, and that is just beautiful. And remember the framing, like how are you framing that? Are you doing it for the aesthetic, or are you doing it for the process? And if you're on your 3rd sketchbook, it sounds to me like you're doing it for the process, because your perfectionism would otherwise have stopped you from carrying on. So well done to you. Awesome. You kind of like some of your art. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm the same. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think, oh, I could do that better. So yeah. Okay, Kim, so the colors are just beginning to turn. Beautiful. So I've still got time to get out there. Lorna can totally relate to Evelina. I think we all can. And this is very much an opportunity to witness that little perfection monster. And she thinks she's doing us a great service, so we just got to remind her that she's not in the driving seat. I was doing a mindfulness practice yesterday, and I used to be a professional photographer before I moved to the US, and the analogy that my teacher used yesterday, which just felt profound for me, given my background, was note, and this is an invitation, and you know, creativity is contagious, and so is all the things that are good for us. So I'm going to share the ripples. Remember that, because it's very much tied to our themes today. I'm watching the ripples go. So my teacher taught me, and I'm teaching you, about foreground and background thoughts. So as we are doodling today, and we have a prompt, and I'm going to ask you, well, I've got 2 questions to prompt, and as we flow, so conversation comes up. And while you're in the experience of doodling, to notice what is in the foreground and what is in the background. Is your practice of doodling in the foreground, meaning that you are focused on it, your attention is there, you are present with it, you are grounded in the sensory experience of doodling? So that's when your doodling is in the foreground. Or are your thoughts in, you know, that train of thought, the habitual thought patterns, the busy mind, the monkey mind, as they say, is that in the foreground, and the doodling, the experience of the doodling in the background? So I think of it as I look at the camera and the lens on the camera, you can adjust the focus to decide what are you going to focus on and what are you going to blur. So as you are experiencing our session today, I want to invite you to notice that. When you remember, when it comes up, when you realize, hey, my thoughts are actually in the foreground and my doodling is in the background, consciously adjust your lens so that your doodling and the experience, your body in this moment while you are doodling, comes into the foreground, and the train of thought, the busy thoughts, blur into the background. I hope I explained that well enough to make that a tangible analogy to doodle by. So yeah. Tracy, it's spring over there in Sydney. It's going to be another hot one, a stinky 31 Celsius day. Well, sounds like a good day to go to the beach on a Saturday, I would say. Awesome. Okay, so before we get going, 2 things. I am going to start shuffling a card, or our cards, so that we have an additional little reminder from the universe. Last week's one profoundly resonated with me personally. It was all about new beginnings, and it has been a theme of late. So I'm very interested to see what today's card is, extra little reminder. And while I shuffle, I would like to invite you to do a little temperature check, an internal, like checking the weather app, your internal weather app. What does it say today? Bearing in mind, you know, all the factors, humidity, temperature, wind, precipitation, all of those things, except internally for us, it is physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Where are you at today? What kind of a day are you having? What kind of a moment are you having right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. Where are you now? Without judgment, it's just checking the weather app. It just is what it is. There's like acceptance. That's what there is. Okay, this one's jumping out to me. Okay, celebrate. That is our card. Celebrate. I take time to celebrate each little and big achievement. By doing so, I acknowledge and honor my spirit for showing up for me on this life journey. Okay, that again resonates so much with the week that I've had. Let me know if that is relevant in any way for you and the past week that you have had. What it means for me, yesterday I completed an illustration project that I've been working on for several weeks for a children's charity in the UK. And I noticed both relief for completing the project, but I also noticed and witnessed myself not taking the time to celebrate and moving on to the next project, just like moving swiftly along. Okay, now that's out of the way, let me carry on with this other thing. So I'm thanking the universe today for this little reminder to celebrate the small wins and the big wins. Let me know if it gosh, is the card that you needed to hear today. I take time to celebrate each little and big achievement. By doing so, I acknowledge and honor my spirit for showing up for me on this life journey. Let us honor our spirit for showing up for us and completing a doodle without judgment is a little win in my books. So yeah, let's see how you are doing. Jennifer, what kind of art medium should we use to doodle? You can use whatever your heart calls to use. So whether that is pens or pencils, markers, whatever utensil. Watercolors probably wouldn't work, although you could incorporate it after the fact. And then you can use a journal or scrap paper. I draw digitally. So if you want to draw digitally, you are most welcome to. I use an iPad and PROCREATE, the app PROCREATE. But yeah, you can use whatever you have to hand. Yes, okay, perfect day for the beach. Good, enjoy that, Tracy. Florgie, okay, so you're a 7. Evelina, you're a 7. Jenny, you're a 6. Tracy, you're a 7. Had a long day at work yesterday. Okay. Well, considering you're still 7, that is great. Lorna, you're a 6. Oh, thank you, Lorna. I appreciate that. Jenny, that's a good card, and well done for completing your illustration. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It has, yeah. And I'm going to use this session to remember the small wins. So if any of you have any small or big wins that you would like to share, I would love to hear. So let us know in the chat. And just a reminder that if you are here for the first time, oh, I dropped the card. If you are here for the first time, you can participate in the chat or not. It's completely up to you. Anything is welcome. So we are going to be doing, oh, that's the other thing. If you are also new here, then you won't know, but we alternate our themes. We do these live sessions every Friday at this time, and 1 week is an alphabet themed doodle session, and the alternating week, the other week, is a more loose creative theme. We are busy making our way through a doodle journal that I've created. I have not yet published. But we are making our way through those prompts, and today's theme is flowing like water. So I'd like for you to take a deep breath. Fill your lungs to capacity, hold it at the top, and slowly exhale. One more time. And just start to contemplate a flowing river or a stream or a brook, or what other flowing water sources are there? A rivulet. Think of the sound of the river or the stream, the movement of the river or stream, the peace and tranquility that comes from being in the presence of a gently flowing river or stream. So that is our theme for today's doodle. And on your page, I invite you to answer the question or to complete the sentence. Today I doodle to ... Write down, why are you doodling today? Today I doodle to. What called you to join this session? Hi Zenvira, that is okay. Welcome, welcome. We are literally just starting. The theme for today is flow like water. And the first question is, or the first sentence is, today I doodle to. So what is your purpose, calling, reason? Trying to think of another word. What called you to doodle today? If you feel called to share, please do. Sandy, keep your mind off pain. Beautiful. To draw your focus elsewhere. Today I doodle too. Our mindful prompt for today's session is, Evelina, to free my mind of current events. Oh my gosh, I am on the same page. Lorna, to find my quiet mind. Oh, yes. Florgy, to pick up and activate my creative mode again. Beautiful. Tracy, to relax. Yes. CJ, to stop the to-do list and enjoy some personal peace. Jenny, to calm and settle my scattered mind and thoughts. Yes. Feeling all of that. And I'd like you to notice the ripples again. I think this theme is going to come up a lot. Notice the ripples, that as we share, so we can relate, so we resonate. Maybe you have pain somewhere in your body, and this is an opportunity to focus elsewhere, to send energy elsewhere instead of to the pain. Or, like Evelina said, to take your mind off of current events. Recognizing that in this moment, this is something we can actively participate in. This is a moment we individually can create, and we are creating it in this shared time, in this shared space. Zembira. Jennifer, let's see. To get in touch with my inner flow and allow my intuition to guide me. Oh gosh. Love that. Zembira, because it's 3 p.m. on a Friday, to feed my inner artist at doodle time. Beautiful. Love that. Yana, for moments of joy and connection and to comfort my soul while being in challenging flare-up days. Yes. Can you just feel the resonance of that? Like just sharing why we are showing up today. And why this is a not just doodling for the sake of doodling. There is so much more to it. It seems simple on the surface, but there is actual depth to this practice. Such depth. So our mindful prompt for today's water-themed or flowing water-themed doodle is, water doesn't resist. It flows, it curves, it adapts. Let your lines move like streams. So we're going to be drawing a winding river across the page. We're going to add dots or bubbles, if we feel called to represent the gurgling water, because there are things that do show up in our lives, whether we can control it or not, and water flows around them. And we're going to fill our page with repeating ripple patterns, flowing curves, and water shapes. So this is a free-flowing practice. I'm going to change the camera. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Hopefully you can see my screen. Let me see what you can see. Yes, okay. Put my glasses on. So I'm going to invite you, whatever shape page you have. As I mentioned, I draw digitally and I'm going to continue to do that. Whatever shape page you have, I'm going to invite you to put, in fact, let me do a greeny color or a bluey color. 4 dots on the page in each corner. This is borrowed from the Zentangle approach, and simply join up your dots to create a border. You can turn your page to make it easy to do. The lines don't need to be straight. In fact, I would encourage you to sit with the discomfort of imperfection, of not getting straight lines, of accepting any mismarks. This is a practice of letting go of the perfection, embracing imperfection. Hi Dilly, welcome. You are not late to the party, we are just starting. So we're just preparing our page. We're going to be flowing like water. And so call to mind what a relaxing, flowing stream looks like to you. You can start anywhere on your page. We're going to fill the whole container. Choose wherever you want to start. Remembering that I'm simply showing you here for demonstration purposes. You don't need to copy. It doesn't need to look like mine. And we're going to keep going with the repeating flowing lines. Imagining a steady stream gurgling along a path. Taking a nice deep breath if your scattered mind is still in high gear. Take a deep breath between each line. Flowing gently, curving. Breathing. Recognizing that water flows, it moves, it curves. It doesn't resist, it finds a way. Inhale as you draw your line. Exhale as you release. If you get lightheaded at all, return your breath to normal. Inhale and exhale. Relax your shoulder. Relax your wrist. Take a moment between each stroke. Notice the sensations in your feet right now. Do your feet feel the floor? Do your feet feel your socks? Do your feet feel shoes or slippers? Recognizing that your feet are as much a part of this doodle practice as your fingers are, as your hands are. It is a full body practice. You do not leave your feet in the other room while you're doodling. They are still very much a part of this experience. Take a deep breath in. Feel or notice if the pace of your breathing has slowed. Notice whether the pace of your thought patterns has slowed. Let your hand flow across your page, however feels right for you. Don't judge the marks on the page. Simply feel the sensation of the movement of the paper or the screen beneath your hand. What about your pencil or your pen? How tightly are you gripping it? Is there scope to loosen the grip? Get curious about the sensations you notice with every mark you make on the page. CJ says this exercise feels almost like yoga nidra. Yeah. It is mindfulness. It is noticing. It is focusing your attention. Sometimes you might feel yourself getting sleepy as your habitual thought patterns blur into the background. and the sensory experience of doodling becomes focused in the foreground. Start to notice where you might be holding tension in your body right now. Acknowledge those areas. You can acknowledge the pain. It is there. If it is there, breathe into it. Exhale as you imagine letting it go. Maybe transmuting that discomfort into a line on the page. Tammy just noticed she's clenching her jaw. Yeah. Your jaw is part of this experience. It is very much a participant. Where else are we holding tension? If you find some of that tension, perhaps you can represent it as a pebble in the stream. Notice whether it's a big pebble or a small pebble. And exhale as you place that pebble into the flowing riverbed, into the flowing stream. So we're acknowledging that they are there. We're not pretending they're not. The pebbles exist. And in fact, they are a natural part of the flow of the river. Perhaps it's not a physical pain, perhaps it is something you've been carrying with you this week. Add that to the flowing river. Whatever has been weighing on you this week, give it a place. Keep breathing. You can stop at any time. You can pause at any time. Or you can flow. Jennifer, in your shoulders. Yes, hiking up your shoulders. Placing down whatever feels right for you. Hey Mindy, welcome. Don't worry. Divine timing. Tracy, it's 1:30 in the morning on Saturday morning there. Daylight savings started last Sunday. Oh gosh, I didn't realize you have daylight savings there, my gosh. I don't know how you stay up that late for these sessions, Tracy. Oh, Marion, yes, yawning. Good. Yes. I find my eyelids get heavy. And I could have a little nap right now. Recognizing your body. Relaxing, releasing. Move if you feel the need to. I'm standing, so I'm swaying. It's a soothing sensation. Do what feels right for you. Close your eyes if you feel called to. Keep breathing. And we can come back and add more pebbles. But let's start flowing. Let's start watching how the water flows. There are undercurrents. Breathing and moving with the lines. Starting to retrace adding the curves. Maybe some lines feel deeper. So you might press harder. Feel the sensation of pressing your pen hard. And also get curious about how it feels to gently draw a light line, lifting off the pressure, taking away the pressure. Good morning, Barbara. You overslept. Looks like we're doing a river. We are indeed. We are indeed drawing a river. We are flowing like water. Tracy, your eyes are itchy and you're nice and relaxed. Good. Yes. So get curious about how different it feels to draw a light line and a heavy line. Putting pressure into your pen, into your page. And then taking the pressure off. Going gently, going slowly, going intentionally, breathing with the lines. Recognizing that you get to choose. Which line will you draw now? Where will the line go? Are you drawn to, pardon the pun, are you drawn to the heavier lines, or are you drawn to the lighter lines in this moment? Hey Naima, you came late, but this is lovely. You're most welcome. We are drawing water. We are flowing like a stream. We are noticing the different sensations of drawing heavy lines and light lines. We're acknowledging that some lines are long and curvy, some are short. We're breathing. We're flowing. Noticing how your body is participating. Taking our time between lines. There's no rush. There's no deadline. There's no right way. Simply drawing, simply flowing. Noticing where on the page is calling for the flow. And allow the simplicity, simply observing your hand move, observing the line, the mark that your pen leaves behind, twisting and curving. No judgments. Simply flowing. Notice where there is space. Gaps that remain. Notice if you feel in any way like you want to draw a line going in the opposite direction, or whether that feels counter to the flow. Zimbira, I've just had a thought about how the interruptions, the pebbles, make things look more interesting. Yes. 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 That they are part of the picture, they are part of the experience. A river can't flow and ebb and curve if it doesn't have things to curve around, right? Tammy, interesting. I suddenly shed some tears for no reason. Wow. Apparently there was something I needed to release. So I literally let the water flow. My gosh. Yes. Tammy, gosh. Your body is releasing. Releasing what it's holding on to. Wonderful. Naima, please draw more pebbles, please. So the pebbles represent things we're holding on to, things we notice, weight. Might be physical pain, might be physical discomfort, might be emotional discomfort. So do a check-in and see, is there anything else that adds to this flowing experience? Anything else that needs to be released? If you think of being at that riverside, picking up a pebble and throwing it in with that plop. Is there anything else? If you feel called to, you can specifically name what your pebbles represent. If not, they can simply be. Check in and see if there's anything else, any other pebbles. And imagine that the water flows over them and smooths them over. Maybe that pebble started out as a sharp stone, not quite yet in the water, nearby, so it still has its edges. And over time, the more it spends in the flow, the smoother it gets. Doesn't mean it goes away, but it does change, becomes less sharp, becomes part of the river's flow. Is there anything else? It can be one pebble or a group of pebbles. What's the time over here, Tracy? It is 11 o'clock in the morning. Keep flowing. And as it is the top of the hour, I'm going to invite you to put your pen down. It's nearly the top of the hour. Put your pen down, put your pencil down. If you're sitting down, stand up. If you're standing up, move away. We're just going to move our bodies. It has been a static few minutes, several minutes, half an hour or so. Just taking a nice deep breath in, sweep your arms up. Then exhale, sweeping your arms down. If it is safe to do so, another one, inhale. And on the exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing your whole body down, taking care of your back. And then just let your body hang. Let your head hang, let your hands hang. Let gravity just bring you down, keeping your legs. You can straighten your knees if you want to. You can keep a bend in your knees if you want to. But just feel your head hanging loose. Breathe deeply. Gently tilt the weight to the balls of your feet. You can look at your feet and just say hi. They are very much a part of this. And then on your next inhale, gently come up, curling your back, keeping gravity doing its thing, one vertebra at a time. Gently, gently, gently coming back up to standing and coming back. So we've just sent some love to our feet, some oxygen and blood to our brains. Florgie, you have to go. It was really good to have you back here. Yes, hopefully see you next Friday. Tracy, you get so relaxed when you do your paint by numbers. Awesome. Yana, crying is the superpower of the nervous system, that it's given the chance to go into its rest and digest state. Yes, such a wonderful, nourishing, calm, gentle practice. Good. Yeah, absolutely. So we are back at our river, our flowing river, and let's, without judgment, pay attention to our pebbles and then notice their placement in our river. And we're going to start to notice that they are very much part of the flow. So where you can, where your pebbles exist on your page, add some extra lines, some ripples, the eddies. They are here. We acknowledge them. They are flowing. The water is smoothing them. Breathing. Naima, no, it doesn't need to be all in one color. You can do as you feel called to do. You can do the lines in one color and then color in after the fact if you choose. I've just noticed that these ripples are flowing in the opposite direction. How fascinating. Breathing as you add the ripples around your pebbles. Feels might be faster. You might notice that your water is flowing more rapidly around. Let it get messy. Evelina, you wish you had watercolored a blue background for this. Well, you could watercolor after, perhaps. I don't know. The invitation always exists to revisit the practice. I might do the digital watercolor. Adding more and more ripples around your pebbles. Letting go of expectation. Oh, everybody's going to watercolor. Beautiful. I would love to see if you do add watercolor. There is the group chat on the other platform in which you can share your images if you feel called to. I would love to see. And as these practices are more free form, I'd be curious. Keep going over your ripples. Noticing the eddies, the flow, letting your pen flow freely. Oh, is it not working? Delete, gosh. I have found Insight Timers, the links have not been working. They told me when I did inquire that you have to open the links in Chrome. So if you're not using Google Chrome browser, try it. They seem to prefer everything to work in Chrome as opposed to other browsers, which is a bit disconcerting. Breathe as you flow. Notice if there's more or less restriction in these lines. Letting it go. letting it just be what it is. Yeah, I delete try that. If it wasn't Chrome, I don't like that is the case, but there's nothing I can do. Notice if there's, as you're kind of going deeper on these ripples, pathways are becoming more defined. Currents seem to be coming out more clearly. Are you feeling any kind of release, some letting go? If not, that's just perfectly okay. If you're still going slow, perfectly okay. But just notice as your mark making sped up, has it stayed the same? Or has it flowed? Naima, I noticed you're getting more and more gentle in mothering as you cocoon your pearls. Wow. I love that description, cocooning your pearls. And isn't it true that oftentimes we learn most from our mistakes. We grow most from our pain. When things are easy, when things flow, it might be comfortable, but how much can you expand when you remain comfortable? So it's become quite a turbulent, messy, unstructured image. It's flowing, it's moving, changes with each mark. And isn't that interesting? So keep flowing, keep the water flowing over and through your pebbles. And I want to ask you to reflect. Where in your life could you soften and flow? Reflect, write down your answer if you feel called to. Journal about it after the session. Where in your life could you soften and flow? Where in your life could you soften and flow? Where in your life can you soften? I'll write that down. Where in your life I hope I have spelled that all correctly. Where in your life could you soften and flow? And simply reflect for yourself. And then about your experience with the doodling exercise. What did you notice when you were drawing? We started out with slow lines. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. We started out with slow lines flowing from one edge of the page to the next. And then we added some pebbles that represented what you've been carrying with you, physical sensations, pains, tension, or emotional tension or pain, or mental tension or pain. Where on the page did you feel the most flow? Where on the page did you feel the most resistance? Where on the page did you feel the most flow, and where on the page did you feel the most resistance? And simply reflect on that. Evelina, very relaxing, visualizing my river flowing in one direction. Yes. Deli, the beginning felt a lot more restricted. Interesting. Going very slowly. I felt like I was trying to be careful. How interesting. Yes. So interesting. At the end, when I was just trying lots of little lines and just honestly letting it flow, it seemed maybe a little more chaotic, but it actually flowed out of me better. Yes, 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 I love that. Yeah, isn't it interesting how sometimes we can hold ourselves back? And for what? Jenny, this felt like play, a feeling that is unfamiliar. Gosh. Yes, we don't let ourselves let go. Hold on so tight. Staying in control all the time. Where can we embrace that flow, that, you know, just letting go and flowing? Where can we embrace more of that? And maybe that's something you can take into the rest of your day. Breathe deeply. Notice where you are. Notice what you're feeling. Notice your entire physical presence in the moment. And get curious about, where can I let go? Where can I let go more? Where can I allow more flow? Jenny, where can I allow more play? Jana, I will try another time for sure, when having some more energy again. For today was just listening, watching, and took screenshots. Great. Hopefully you can catch the replay, Jana. If you go onto my teacher profile in Chrome, then the link should work and you should be able to find the other platforms where this replay will be. Let me put my little teacher profile there so that it's easier for you. So now I'd like for you to take a temperature check, taking a nice deep breath in. Where are you now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. How do you feel now? Was this a release? Was it uncomfortable? Just noticing. Do we avoid discomfort? Or do we flow with it? Do we embrace it? Do we soften it? We acknowledge that it is there. And we round the edges. Jenny, you're an 8. Craig, you're a 7. Fantastic. Tracy, still a 7, nice and relaxed. Evelina, from a 7 to 8. Fantastic. So we have some high vibes. And I want to invite you to recognize, where can you celebrate? Celebrate yourself. Where can you take time to celebrate each little and big achievement? Because by doing so, you're acknowledging and honoring your spirit for showing up for you on this life journey. Celebrate your wins, big and small. Attending a doodle session like this, it is an act of self-care. It is honoring your spirit. Barbara, you so enjoyed your little time with you all today. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, Barbara. So glad, and have a lovely weekend. Lorna, 6 to a 7. Good. Jana, from a 4 to a 5. A movement is movement. A movement is movement. And that movement is good. So thank you. Thank you for joining here. Thank you for everybody for sharing. As you can see, we are a lovely group of doodlers. I'll put there. We've got our next event, our next live doodling session next week, Friday. That's on the 17th of October at the same time. And we are doing the alphabet, letter R, where we go back to our doodle patterns, less free form, like this. So if you are available, we would love to have you there. I'm having trouble seeing the chat right now. There we go. Naima, what do the waves represent? It represents flowing, river, water, movement. It is an immersion into the flow, following the flow, and recognizing that water will find a way around obstacles. Water will flow over and through and next to and besides it will find a way through. And in the act of moving through the obstacles, it will soften the edges of those obstacles. It will round out the edges. And so the metaphor for us is any of our challenges that we're sitting with or carrying around with us. If we keep flowing, if we keep moving, it's not to say that we ignore their existence or avoid them. It's that we acknowledge that they are part of the river, they are part of the experience, and that when we keep flowing, we can soften their edges, we can round them such that they become a part of the experience. Kim, it has been inspiring, refreshing, and rejuvenating. I'm so glad that you found it inspiring, refreshing, and rejuvenating. Dili, so wonderful to spend time with you as well. Thank you so much for joining. Jenny, you're most welcome. That was just what you needed. I'm so glad. Have a lovely weekend. Lorna, thank you so much. It's lovely spending this time with you. Thank you for your participation. As always, I hope to see you in next week's session, and you can come back and do this practice. Please do check out the tracks on my Insight Timer profile. There are short 10-minute mindful art practices for you there if you feel the need. So anytime you notice that your inner weather app is sending some weather warnings, then you could do a quick little 10-minute mindful art session. So please go and check them out and take good care of yourself. This is like brushing your teeth. It's something you need to do regularly. You need to keep at it. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely weekend, Tracy. Yay. Zenvari, I've just started to add color and I love it. Fantastic. I would love to see that if you wouldn't mind sharing. Mende, even though I didn't get to draw today, I enjoyed just being here with you all. Fantastic. Feeling about a 5 today. Sending you lots of love. Craig, love and light for the day ahead. Thank you, Craig. Back at you. Yana, right what my beloved heart, body and soul needed. Good. I'm so glad, Yana. Thank you for joining. You are most welcome. Joy, I know it's ending, but I just popped in for the vibes. That's wonderful. The vibes here are so good. I have to say, I have never walked away from these doodling sessions feeling worse than when I started. And that is always the intention. And it's because we are co-creating this moment. So I'm so glad to hear you pop in for the vibes. That's wonderful. Naima, yes, I still try this later. Inshallah. Fantastic. You're feeling 10 today. Wow. Oh, you will try this later. Got it. I'm so glad. Thank you for your high vibes, Naima. It's been great having you here. Marielle, you did it. Even if you got in late. Fantastic. Have a great flow day, Marielle. You too. Yes. I will watch in the red platform, Joy. Great, yes, watch in the red platform or the orange platform. It worked really well yesterday. So you have a choice of red or orange. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Insight Timer profile. From the Chrome browser, I'm going to start adding that because they did tell me that that is the issue. So if you want to catch the replay is on the red platform or on the orange platform. And I think I will update my link tree links to make that clear, which is the red platform and which is the orange platform. Okay, thank you, wonderful people. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye.